Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fortune Tellers Wrestling Show. It's right after NXT TakeOver, New York, and it's April 5th, 2019. We're not going to
I
review
like
the
how.
show. We're just going to. What's up?
Oh, sorry. No, yeah, look at me being professional and waiting for you to finish. No, no, but yeah, I like how it's called the NXT taking over New York, not Brooklyn 4 or 5 or whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe they didn't want to. Maybe they don't like to number things anymore.
Okay.
But, we just got done watching NXT, and um, I guess it's kind of a theme that we just have one of these shows after every takeover event where we don't really review it. We don't really go in depth. We just kind of give our thoughts on the show. And
I mean, how many times can we say, yeah, that NXT was really good?
I know it's very boring to say how good a show is. It's really fun to like shit all over a show, but when a show is so good, you don't really have much to say. That's just how it is. And
Exactly, exactly. It was very good. Very, very good show.
and just as a what's the word I'm looking for? We were gonna have Don on the show, our friend Don, but he said he was tired, so he's just in the chat, and he said there's a 141 and two-thirds chance this goes 4 hours, which which is a reference to Steiner math and our freaking 4 hour long episode from a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, I hope this doesn't go 4 hours. You know,
You and me both, brother.
that took it out of me. I mean, honestly, I could go all day with some talking. So, what's up?
Oh, not much. Just enjoyed the ending of that show. That 2 out of 3 falls match with Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole. And you know what's really funny is I said Adam Cole to you, and then like literally right after that, I was like, nah, Gargano's gonna win. But I was too lazy to actually like change it in our chat. So I was like, oh well.
I thought Cole was gonna win too, but they turned me right before the match. I was like, I don't know. Actually, I don't know who's gonna win this.
Mhm.
So, uh,
No, what made me realize um, that Gargano was gonna win that match was immediately when Cole got the first fall.
oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
they always have the heels win the first fall no matter what. I feel.
not really. I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
Is there like fucking a concert going on back there?
oh yeah, sorry. Emily's watching videos.
She's watching the fucking thumb up the butt train from PWG
Oh God.
that we were talking about our last, or not our last chill episode, but the one before that, I think. So yeah, I was really turned in the middle of that match on Gargano. I thought Adam Cole was gonna win it, and I was wrong. And damn, did he come off like John Cena in that match? All those false finishes and
Johnny Cena.
yeah, no Kane, big match, John. Actually, you know what? He never won the big one before tonight, so
I guess he's not really Big Match John.
yeah, he is now though. Honestly, if he didn't win though, Gargano, that place was gonna freaking, you know, they were gonna
Riot.
be pissed. Although I
It
noticed
sounded it sounded more like there were more people for what's his name?
Cole.
Adam Cole, yeah.
I thought that too at the very beginning because when they did the whole thing where
They chant the dueling chants.
well, not even that, but like before the match started, Caleb Braxton was given the introductions, the ring introductions, and was like, and in this corner, Johnny Gargano, and I heard some boos, like there were a lot of Adam Cole fans. So, uh, in NXT, there's always going to be it's always going to be split right down the middle, no matter who the people are. It could be fucking, a terrible wrestler. It could be like Big Dick Johnson versus, Giant Gonzalez, and there would be like dueling chants. You know what I mean?
Big Dick Johnson
Giant
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, yeah.
Man, that would be. Oh, you remember that thing that I showed you where you could put any like sports team against any sports like same sports team. It's like the same sport. like of
But
all
from like
time.
different eras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should do that for wrestlers so we can finally figure out who's better, Giant Gonzalez or Big Dick Johnson.
Yeah. Finally, as if people have been yearning for that answer before.
That's gonna be our thing, Trenton. Is we're gonna finally figure out who would win a match between Big Dick Johnson and Giant Gonzalez.
We're gonna fantasy book some shit.
Now let's see who would win a match between Giant Gonzalez and Bill Cosby, because then they're both trying to chloroform each other.
That was lame. That was lame. There's a lot of elements to that joke. You have to understand what Bill Cosby did, and you also have to understand that shit Giant Gonzalez and Undertaker match at WrestleMania. There's a lot of elements to that joke.
Yeah, right. A lot of scientific elements like chloroform.
What element is that? Is that actually
chloroform.
just
No, chloroform is not an element. I know it's a compound made out of elements. I don't know what the hell is in it though.
I don't fucking know.
Probably be suspicious if I did know what was in it, right?
Yeah, because then it would. Well, I mean, well, I'm not gonna say that, but then you'd seem like Walter White or something making meth and
making date rape drugs. All right, let's get off this topic.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, right.
What are we doing? I mean, what are you doing? I'm not part of this shit. So, damn. After NXT though, there's always the topic of
call-ups.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that, but yes, but there's always the topic of like for any takeover weekend, people always debate on what is like better, you know? Like,
no, see, I hate when people do that because people are like, "Oh, NXT's always better." Well, that's because like NXT doesn't have a 70-year-old psycho running it.
Well, that's just because it's not oversaturated, you know. Like, there's 4 to 5 takeovers every year. There's like multiple pay-per-views every year on the main roster, and like you said, you know, it's like, I mean, we can get into a Vince sucks, you know, tirade if we want to, but you
know what, people are like always like, oh man, can't wait till Vince is out of there, Vince dies, blah blah blah. We're all gonna miss Vince. We're gonna miss Vince.
I have never said I want Vince to die.
There are people who have said that. I'm not saying you did, but
wow, they're stupid.
But like, we are going to miss Vince McMahon when he is gone.
You know what? I legit was thinking that like the other day. Well, I can't remember what I was watching, but I was like, you know what? For all the shit that Vince gets, from me included, there's gonna be like a lot of people that are like bowing down to him. You know, like how they bow down to him when it comes out, and there's gonna be a lot of people that miss him, and you know, it is gonna be a big like hole.
It's gonna be a big deal, yeah.
So, like, I think I'm a fair man. You know me. I'm a pretty fair dude, even if I don't personally like a wrestler. Sometimes I'll still acknowledge like how good they are. Like, I'm not the hugest fan of Sasha, for instance, but I admire and point out that she's a great wrestler. But I can say that about Vince, you know? Like, Vince might be out of touch, and just he might not for every like hit he gets, he misses a couple times, you know?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I don't want to come off like that fan that's just shits on it no matter what.
I honestly, and this is an unpopular opinion, I hate when people go, I can't wait till Vince is gone. I honestly, like, I understand where you're coming from with that, but like, I honestly think that having Vince like gone is people are going to miss Vince more than they realize, you know?
Yeah. But as a whole though, I think it'll probably be for the better of the main roster, because, you know, buck stops with him, and it's like even then, after he leaves, there's a creative team filled with like legit 30 people, and what do you do with that?
I think that's also a problem there too, because I mean, like, you have a creative team that is so what's the word I'm looking for, like when you have one person writing the show, like you can keep continuity, but it's really difficult to keep a continuity for that many people. You know?
Well, I'll be a fair man, but the creative team really, and the creative and writing team cannot really do much because Vince always, he gets the final say. And how many times have we read over the past couple years or whatever, like Vince McMahon completely rewrites the show before, like an hour before the show or whatever, the day of, right? It's like creative and writing team can't do that. Like, can't do anything with that. That's not their fault. So
No, I know what you mean, but
it's both. It's a mixture of both sometimes, you know? Like that, like a few months ago when they were scapegoating Baron Corbin, you know, about why the show sucked, and he was just, it was literally, and you didn't watch Raw at this point, but I did, and just literally every week it was the good guys never got over anything. The bad guys always got they get the stand tall. It was literally it was heat every week, and like that's like I don't even know how you can do that in a wrestling company. You gotta have the good guys win sometimes, you know. And
yeah.
I still think that the fans really, including myself, really never recovered from that, because that was the start of Corbin, you know, really, really being hated and just be like, get off my TV, and people not recovered from it since, you know. And it's only the issue was only made worse with him being put in the match against Angle. So I don't know where I wanted to go with that, but I was just thinking about it because months and months of heat every single week with the good guys never winning really, really sticks with people. They never really recover from it. It's what gets people to stop watching, you know? Who wants to watch a show where you just the same thing that happens every week, you know?
Yeah. I was going to say some. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. You know what they need? They just need to have the one writer that can save them, Vince Russo.
I'm not even gonna, you know,
dignify that with a response.
I'm not gonna take that bait. But I
Bro,
mean,
I swear to God, we need a Viagra on a pole match.
bro, I know, bro. Standards and practices, bro. We need to have Buff Bagwell's grandmother on a forklift match, or was it his mom?
It was his mom.
It was his
Judy
mom. Yeah,
Bagwell.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
No, but I think we should just have a bro off between Matt Riddle and Vince Russo.
I mean, Vince Russo, if he was the writer, would put himself over. You know, probably.
Remember Russo's Revenge?
It sounds familiar.
It's where he booked himself to win the fucking world title.
Oh yeah. I didn't know it had a name. I knew he won the world title, but I didn't know they had a name.
It was a
Like,
match. The match was called Russo's Revenge, and he won.
Why was it called Russo's Revenge?
I have no idea. All I remember is he was it was like a cage match, and he was wearing like a football helmet, and it was pure comedy. But he ended up winning the fucking title.
Well, I mean, everything Vince Russo writes and does is pure comedy, whether he attempts to make it that or not.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Actually, to be honest,
Do you remember when he made Kurt Angle and Jeff Jarrett feud during their divorce?
During Kurt Angle and Jeff Jarrett's divorce?
Well, Kurt Angle and Karen Angle's divorce.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's just heat. It's like, yeah, we got to capitalize off of this. You know, kind of like
the kids were involved and shit.
Yeah, that's true. Kind of a little bit like when Matt Hardy and Edge feuded.
Yeah, you know? But at least like there weren't any children involved in that.
Yeah, well, you know, Heat.
Just Jeff's dog.
Heat.
I hate you, Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, they should have had. They should have done something like with you know how Eddie and Ray fought in that ladder match to fight for Dominic's custody.
Yeah.
They should have had like custody of the children or whatever for you know, custody of the children between Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle for them. Although that wasn't even.
No, they shouldn't have.
That was Kurt's children, right? Right?
Yes, it was Kurt's children. Yes.
Yeah, so it wasn't even like that wasn't split or anything. Well, obviously it wasn't split because if Karen Angle was pregnant with Jeff Jarrett's freaking baby, and well, still with Kurt, and Kurt knows, I guess, if he impregnates his own wife, like if she just came home pregnant and he found out she was pregnant out of nowhere, and he didn't do it, he would have known. How did they get caught?
I honestly don't know.
How did that work out? I don't even.
Who you talking about? Angle and Jarrett?
Yeah, how did Jeff Jarrett and Karen Angle get caught? Like,
I don't know. I thought you were talking about like Matt and Edge.
No.
Oh no, yes, I have no idea.
Yeah. I don't know how. Oh no, I know how Matt caught Lita and Edge because he told that. You should listen to that sometime. He did like
I did.
Whole,
yeah,
oh,
I
yeah,
did.
like 40 minutes long, like that whole story of him catching Lita in the act and with text messages and stuff, and it was it's very interesting, and that's how eventually he got fired. You remember how he got fired from WWE in like 2005 or 6 or whatever?
Yeah, because he was like
he was like framed for like slashing somebody's tires or whatever, and they just kind of bought it, like the higher ups or whatever, and so he like got fired or whatever. So, but then he got brought back, and then he left it in 2009. So, and then he went on to Impact, TNA Impact, and then he kind of did not a whole lot after that. And now look at him; he's on top of the world again. So good for Matt.
Wonderful.
That was my Matt Hardy laughing impression.
Yes.
Isn't it kind of weird how they couldn't put the Hardys in the SmackDown tag titles match for WrestleMania?
Yeah, right. Right after they came back.
Yeah, it would have made sense. Would have made just as much sense as fucking Rusev and Nakamura in a team. I still don't get why they're a team. If it gets them more TV time, sure, fine. Okay, but just logically, I don't know why they're a team. Doesn't make any sense to me. So, yeah, I don't know how far your memory goes back because you don't always watch Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
So
I try to watch the highlights as much as I can.
I mean, you know what? To be honest, though, sometimes it's like you have no reason to watch because sometimes it's just like, why even bother? Sometimes I feel like that, What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say at before NXT Takeover tonight, they announced that Kushida signed with NXT. And of course, Kushida came from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he was a junior heavyweight, so kind of equivalent to cruiserweights over here in WWE. And he signed with NXT. Do you think he's just gonna be another one of those guys that's just that's really over in NXT? Then he gets called up, and they do nothing with him.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to get the Nakamura treatment.
He's going to get the Japanese treatment.
Yep.
Like, say what you want about people of color, not getting like opportunities and whatever, but like the Japanese are treated way worse in my opinion. Asuka, even when she won the SmackDown Women's title, was treated as an afterthought, and of course the way in which she lost her title recently was just pathetic. It was pathetic. It was ridiculous. And Nakamura, of course, he was an afterthought. He won the U.S. title just to they just gave it to him for no reason. Then he won it, and then they did nothing with it.
And then he lost to Rusev.
And then he lost to Rusev, and then Rusev lost it again to
R-Truth.
Nakamura. So they made Nakamura a 2-time U.S. champion and did nothing with
Well,
it.
who did R-Truth beat?
Nakamura.
Did he really?
Yeah. And that was a botched finish, too. I remember that match very vividly. It was a total botched finish.
Oh, wait, was he not supposed to win?
Well, I don't think that, but I just think the finish itself of the match, was finished or botched. And if he was, I mean, if Nakamura was supposed to lose, then it's kind of whatever. But I doubt that. Nakamura was supposed to retain and to begin with, because look, it's like I was gonna say Hideo Itami as another example, but he really wasn't. Treated like very badly or anything. He just was very unfortunate and unlucky with injuries and stuff, and then he just was doing nothing in 205 Live, and he asked for his release and was granted it. So,
yeah. Also, I'm just gonna say this: 2 years ago, when the the NXT Takeover before Mania was Rude versus Nakamura. If I had told you that Shinsuke Nakamura would lose to R-Truth for a title, what would you have said to me?
well, at least R-Truth is entertaining and like good.
No, but like seriously, I mean, like
2 years ago, 2 years ago, I would have been like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now it's just kind of normal. You don't really think much about we think about these NXT guys and we think the world of them, and then they get called up and we think it's great. But then literally a year down the road, we think nothing about
I'm telling you,
we just look at them as another person.
I'm done getting excited about call-ups.
Me too. They've ruined so many fuck. And
who's the last call-up that you saw and you were like, oh my god, like holy shit? Like,
the last call up
Asuka maybe.
I didn't even think that because they botched her call up by making her have competitive matches with fucking Emma. And no disrespect to Emma, but she was a jobber. It's not her fault that she was a jobber. I'm just saying. It's the booking.
Well, honestly, like the last time I got excited about a call up and watched their debut over and over and over again was Enzo and Cass.
The last time you what?
I got excited about a call up and like watched their call up over and over again and was like super excited for what they could do was Enzo and Cass. And now look at where the fuck they are.
Well, I mean, it's funny Enzo and Cass is funny, like, that's like, I don't know. They got exposed as like bad wrestlers, after they split up.
Yeah.
Because, in fact, I think I was talking to Don about this the other day, completely randomly, but Enzo and Cass as a tag team were very over, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just worked, and I liked them. The crowd loved them. They were very overact, but they decided to break them up for no reason. So you know what? If you can do something with them, fine. We'll see where that goes. But after that, they were both exposed as being terrible. Like Enzo at least had talent on the mic, but Cass really had nothing. Poor Cass. Like the formula for Enzo and Cass tag matches was very simple. It just worked. It didn't really have to reveal a whole lot about the wrestlers and stuff. And I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of we should compile a list of like all the NXT call-ups since so long ago.
Yeah, you wanna actually do that, and then we'll go over if they actually are.
Yeah, we'll rank all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Not rank them, but all.
Yeah, like say was it a yay or nay?
Right. List of all WWE main roster call-ups since the start of NXT. Oh shit, this dude made a whole it's on Reddit, of course, that's why it's in depth. Oh, it seems old though, I think. Hold on, let me look at this. Yeah, this is kind of like old, so it's not updated. Yeah, this isn't updated. This is old. I'm going to look for an updated one, actually. What's the most up to date fucking call up list?
Probably Ricochet, Alistair.
Well, I mean list. I'm trying to find a list of all the updated. What culture have a list? Yeah, but this is a ranking. I just want to. All right, I'll just show that first list. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess as of last year, or as of Bobby Roode being called up on August 22nd, 2017. All right, that's how up to date this list is, I guess. All right. So let's see here. It's interesting reading through these names, you know. Like, let's start off, I guess, the first. Okay, so the Shield, obviously, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns.
Yes, yeah. I think that's the gold standard right there.
I guess, yeah. Except for poor Dean Ambrose, after he got split up with the Shield, they kind of just, did fuck all.
Yeah, I mean, he still won the world title though.
I know, but even still, do people really look back on that title reign as with like some starry look in their eyes? You know what I mean? But I guess you could say the same for Roman's title reign, But that's just more because, of the booking and people, people kind of shitting all over him for no reason. But Big E Langston, as he was called up as, but then he shortened his name.
As Big E Langston, he wasn't impressive, but as Big E from the New Day, yeah.
No, I liked Big E Langston when he was in NXT, but then they called him up as a fucking bad guy, as the heater for Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, that just goes to show that, the main roster people, except for Triple H, of course, do not watch NXT, so they don't care about the storylines in NXT. They don't care about continuity with NXT, right? So let's just call up a good guy in Big E as a bad guy. So Fandango.
I mean, no. Oh, yeah.
I mean, he beat Chris Jericho on his debut at WrestleMania, but that was a big shining moment. And of course, Breezango got over very good, but then he got injured, which is a shame.
Yeah.
His best
thing he's done in WWE has been Southpaw.
Wow.
He was very good in Southpaw.
Oh, I never watched Southpaw. Summer Rae. Well, Summer Rae came up as a dancer for Fandango, right?
Yes.
She was a dancer for him. She did nothing. She was a jobber, and then she left. So, Curtis Axel again. He should have been a good star for them, and they tried. They pair him up with Paul Heyman, and unfortunately, even then he won the Intercontinental Championship.
This moment.
Please don't.
This moment on.
Please don't.
This is the moment of McGillicuddy.
Oh, by the way, Don told us to look at our Twitter mentions, and I did, Don, and I wasn't going to say shit about it because it was terrible.
What did he do?
He sent us on Twitter a video of so Joey Ryan hosted his own wrestling show tonight.
Uh-huh.
And you know what the name of it was?
What?
The name of the show? It was called Joey Ryan's Penis Party.
Jesus Christ.
And they're showing, and like the clip that was shown, it looks like, I can't tell who the wrestlers are. It ain't Robbie E, because Robbie E is with WWE now. But it's like, I don't even know how to describe this. Can you look at this and try to describe this for me?
Okay, let me give it a shot. Cletus,
I legit can't tell who it is. I can't even tell who it is. But it's like two dudes touching asses together, like in the corner.
Wait, what?
One of them's on their head.
Did he? Oh, okay. Here we go. What in the shit?
It looks, yeah. They're just like.
Okay, so there's this guy, and he's in the turnbuckle, and he is upside down. He's upside down, and he's got his trunks pulled all the way down. Well, not all the way down, but like halfway down his ass. and he's like pushing his ass upwards. And then there's another guy who's standing on the turnbuckle facing the crowd, and he is like moving his ass downwards to hit the other guy's ass.
Yeah, they're hitting them both at the same time.
The best part of this video is all of the damn responses in the Twitter thread.
Somebody tweeted AEW, AEW, AEW.
Somebody tweeted a picture of a ref with like 17 flags on the field.
Yeah, football ref, yeah. I mean, just why? This shit is not cool, you know? You just don't like fun, you know?
You're just a jabroni, Mark.
Yeah, you don't like fun wrestling. It's like, no, this is just dumb. I don't even know why people get into this. You know, like it's just so disappointing. What is that even supposed to be for? That's what move is that? You know, and I'm not defending it, but at least the dickplex is supposed to be a move. What is this? You know?
I don't know, but I think we should start reviewing Sex Machine.
No.
I like how disgusted you sounded about that.
I'm not disgusted. I'm just disappointed that people consider Joey Ryan to be a wrestler. He can be a wrestler, though. He didn't used to do this. You know what I mean? He did not used to do this, the dick spot and everything. It's just so... And I don't dislike Joey Ryan. I just hate the dick spot, and I hate everything about it, you know? I have nothing personal against anyone, unless they're actual dicks. As far as I know, Joey Ryan's not a piece of shit. You know what I mean? I just hate dumb shit, you know? But, again, talking about the paradox of stuff, you know, I can't, you know, I don't know if we've talked about this before, but with all, like, the stuff in wrestling throughout the years, I can suspend my disbelief enough to buy into an undead man who rises from the grave and buries a dude in cement and spawns lightning from the air and strikes the ring, right? But I can't suspend my disbelief for a dude having a move with his dick. It's a paradox, you know? Like, I can buy into everything The Undertaker did with no problem and not complain about it once, right? Well, maybe not complain about it because there was some stupid shit that Taker did, right? But I can't buy into the dick spot, you know? How do I even tackle it?
I think it's because like, you know, when you watch it, the dick spot's like stupid. Like, at least The Undertaker, like, there's a mystique there, and like, I don't know, like the dick flex, it's comedy, and I think The Undertaker, it's supposed to be theatrical, and I think that's a difference.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how I tackle it, you know? I don't know how to think about it because it's like, if somebody were to ask me, well, you can believe The Undertaker, but you can't believe this, I wouldn't know how to answer it because it's kind of a good point. You know what I mean? Why can't I buy into a spot with a dick? Because it's stupid, for one. I refuse to, though. That's my answer. I just refuse. It's stupid, you know? I don't know. I just don't know, man. It's very interesting. We could go down that rabbit hole for fucking forever if we wanted to, but we were talking about, you know, NXT call-ups and what about the Wyatt family? Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan.
All intents and purposes, I say they did a good job with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that because
I'm gonna say because I mean, like, my standard is that, like, that they at least competently used them for a period of time, not just like 1 or 2 weeks, but like a period of time. And I think that they did really use the Wyatt family well. It's the first time, you know, the first amount of time that they had them.
Yeah, poor Bray Wyatt just.
Yes, I mean, obviously Bray Wyatt's a different story, but the Wyatt family as a whole, I'll say that they did a good job.
All right, I guess, I suppose. Xavier Woods, obviously, he was a home
Mhm.
run, New Day, and he didn't start out with New Day though. He started out fucking feuding with Brodus Clay.
Do you remember when he had that awful mustache?
Yeah, man, I would have. Why though?
Somebody call my mama.
Why didn't they just keep? Why do people? I don't know. Does TNA own the name Consequences Creed? Why did they feel the need to change everybody's names?
That's such a good name too, Consequences Creed.
Yeah, instead they have to change it to Xavier Woods.
I mean, he made the best out of it, but
Well, yeah, it's just a name at the end of the day, but even still. At least they don't just call him Xavier.
or would.
Yeah, Woods. Uh,
I mean,
Emma. What about Emma?
no.
Yeah, she was a jobber. Poor Emma.
Yeah.
Because Emma's actually good.
I,
Emma's
I
got.
actually thought I thought she was pretty good. But I mean, she was a good wrestler. At least I liked her.
Emma's decent. I haven't watched her stuff when she went to Ring of Honor after she left WWE.
Tennille Dashwood.
Yeah, and I don't know if is she do you think she's gonna go to AEW since her contract ran up with
Yeah,
Ring of Honor?
probably. Yeah.
I don't see her coming back to WWE. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. I don't know. But Paige, I like to say she had a successful career until she had to retire, but that's
Oh yeah.
completely different.
Oh, I think she might be one of the top because not just for what she did in the ring, but like she's what's the word like her cultural impact for WWE.
Her cultural.
Like she has the movie and everything like that, and like
Oh
she's
yeah,
you
about
know
her story.
yeah.
Hmm. After that, Rusev, I don't think I need to it's a big fat no for me.
Yeah, no.
And Rusev got very over, but
Oh, Rusev was used very, very, very well in the beginning.
yeah, he had a long ass title reign with the
And
U.S.
winning
Championship
streak too.
and a winning streak. He was undefeated for a long time. And again, another guy who had his name changed.
Yeah.
Alexander Rusev. Uh, and then and of course he had to lose to John Cena, like everyone. He had to thwart and halt a guy's momentum and career, like he always does. As much good shit as John Cena has done, I really don't like how he's just kind of beat everyone.
Yeah.
It's just like, why? Let's just halt everybody's career because once you lose, it's like what Dean Ambrose said. He was asked about I can't remember if he was on the Chris Jericho podcast or something else, but he was given the plans about who was supposed to beat the Shield, who was supposed to finally take down the Shield, and Dean Ambrose was like, they told us that John Cena was gonna beat us, and we were like, no, we're not gonna lose to Cena because once we lose to Cena, we're just like everyone else, and he's right. So they didn't lose to Cena because they stood up to that idea.
Yeah.
So good for them. So
Okay, if Chris Hero was instead of Roman, they wouldn't have gotten that
yeah,
opportunity knocked
exactly.
up.
Uh, well, what I mean. It didn't mean anything in the long run, but having the Shield lose 3-on-1 against CM Punk was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what CM Punk said in that infamous podcast. You remember that? How he was talking about?
Well, he wanted. Well, I know he wanted Chris Hero to be in.
I know, but remember when they had that story with him with CM Punk when they were
Yeah.
feuding with CM Punk and they had that 3-on-1 handicap match, and they kept telling CM Punk to make Roman look strong. And he's like, you got to make Roman look strong, and he's like, okay, I got it. He's like, okay, but really make sure Roman looks strong. And CM Punk's like, all right, I got it, but they kept telling him, and so he goes, you know what would make them look strong if they beat me. He was like, well, that ain't gonna happen. You're gonna win. It's like, it's kind of stupid. Even he thought it was dumb.
Yeah, and he went over.
And he went over in the 3-on-1 handicap match. Well, good thing it didn't hurt them or anything.
Yeah.
So it's
All
not.
right,
It's
so
not as if. It's not as if it's like losing to John Cena because once you lose to Cena, it's done. You know what I mean? It's over.
Well, who's next? It's after Rusev.
Yeah, Lana. Obviously, she came up with him, so that doesn't really count. She doesn't wrestle or anything. She started to, and I guess she still does. Actually, that's not true. Adam Rose.
Oh,
they had such they had gold though with Adam Rose until they changed him into Adam Rose. You know?
Remember when Becky Lynch and Braun Strowman were rosebuds?
Yeah, yeah. That's oh, man, that's true.
Remember when we looked up that picture and then like almost everybody was a wrestler?
Yeah, yeah. It's funny though. How many potential stars do you think we've seen in the conga line for No Way Jose?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but Adam Rose was actually very had high potential with Leo Kruger, but then they just scrapped that gimmick completely and then turned him into Adam Rose, and then he just came a jobber. You know?
And then he beat his wife.
Excuse me?
You don't remember that? Adam Rose,
No.
that's why he got released.
Is that why he got released?
Yeah, because he had a domestic dispute and he beat his wife.
Really? I remember him getting released, but I don't remember that.
Because that was like literally like right after the Ray Rice thing, I think.
Really?
Yeah, like and because like everybody was like looking at like obviously looking for people like and then like the moment that even the allegations came out, they were like, "Yeah, we're releasing him."
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Um,
because remember he was in Social Outcasts.
right, I remember that, but social jobbers, jobber outcasts.
Yeah.
All right, up next though, we've got Bo Dallas, who was actually fucking successful in NXT, but then they called him up and oh, how can you turn a dude that's actually a contender in NXT, but then turn him into such shit on the main roster? You know who?
I
You
think
know
it's
who?
because the way he looks.
All right. Thinking of that though, I have a line. I have a thought that I want to take to you. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, I thought about this the other day, catching up with NXT. Actually, I was watching NXT yesterday, catching up before
Mhm.
today's show. But
Yeah.
the War Raiders, right?
Yeah.
They're kind of like Vikings, or you know, they kind of have a Viking look, and uh, I just can't help. And I love the War Raiders. I'm not dissing them. You know,
Mhm.
I'm looking at it through the lens of Vince here. I
Yeah.
I totally can just easily see them getting called up and Vince viewing them as another Highlanders. You know,
Oh boy.
you know what I mean, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, well, these fuckers are just fucking Vikings and whatever, blah 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 blah. You know, I could easily see that. I could easily see them being jobbers, not because they're bad. It's not what I'm saying. I could easily see them being jobbers because Vince just looks at them and it's like, yeah, okay, sure. Like
Mhm.
Sanity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You take a very overacting NXT that's talented and great at wrestling, and you turn them into just fucking idiots. Like Sanity losing 3-on-1 to Miz, you know? So it's just if I were people, I would be like, fuck this, I'm not leaving NXT. You know what I mean? I don't know how good the money is in NXT, but it's got to be better than indie money. Well, I can't even say that. You know, I had Ring of Honor pays good. You know,
Hmm.
AEW obviously is going to pay good for people because they've got $1 billion backing it up, and they're going to have TV deals. So, um, after that, I just wanted to think about that. You know, up next, the Ascension. You know, they suck ass.
Yeah. I love the Ascension though.
The Ascension were good though in NXT. You know, and then they've called them up and acted as if they were disrespecting all these legends. You know,
Yeah.
Kalisto, he got called up with Sin Cara in a tag team, and you
I
know,
would say I would say for all intents and purposes, Kalisto's been successful.
kind of, yeah, yeah, I'd say that too. He won the U.S. title twice and won the cruiserweight title. Granted, the title reign with the U.S. or the cruiserweight title was short, but he still won it. You know,
Hmm.
um, yeah, I'd say Kalisto wasn't all bad. Neville, uh, yeah, iffy. You know, iffy about Neville. He won the cruiserweight title twice, but you know, Neville should have been on the main roster. You know, I know they put him on 205 Live because they had nothing for him, but Neville's so good. You know,
And
um,
you know what, I'll still say, like, obviously Neville, like, I'm just looking at this through a lens of were they successful as a superstar, not like for themselves? Like, because obviously Adrian Neville, should be a bigger star than he was in WWE. But I think just a blank superstar, if you just put any superstar in there, like I would say that that's a successful run in WWE.
Yeah, but you got to look at how he was like. If we're just looking at his like titles, then I mean, sure, 2-time cruiserweight title, but that's
Well,
kind
no,
of.
I'm not saying that. Like, I'm saying like if you were to go in it just like, okay, so this is Adrian Neville was, just don't put the name Neville on there. Just like say this is Bob Smith, and you look the run that Neville had, and I'd say okay, Bob Smith was at least a semi-successful wrestler in WWE. Now, obviously, we know that Adrian Neville is so much better than what they used him for, because we know what Neville can do. But I mean,
Yeah,
like they had him retain his cruiserweight title at WrestleMania against Austin Aries.
and Austin Aries was probably pissed off about it.
Oh, he was. You could tell.
Yeah, well, Austin Aries is a douchebag, you know.
Yeah, right. Selena Vega.
Yeah, no kidding. I would love to see Aleister Black versus Austin Aries.
In a shoot fight.
Wow, maybe not in a shoot fight, but I don't want to see anybody get. Well, yeah, I'd kind of like that. I think I don't want to see anybody get. It's like what do you remember in original NXT season 1 NXT with Daniel Bryan and we had him go 0-10,
Mm-hmm.
and he got eliminated, which is looking back on it in hindsight, I can't imagine if I had like actually when I watched NXT season 1, I didn't know who Bryan Danielson was. I just thought, all right, this is just this new guy, Daniel Bryan, right? I didn't know he was legit one of the best wrestlers ever when he came to WWE. You know what I mean? So if I had been a big fan and known that, watching that, I would have been so triggered.
Oh, imagine like all the people who were like Bryan Danielson fans.
They had him go 0-10 against guys like fucking Darren Young and Michael Tarver and Skip Sheffield, Like,
and I mean, Skip Sheffield was too busy wanking. So
Skip Sheffield was too busy main eventing WrestleMania in the first ever women's main event. So, like, with that being said, anyways, the original point was, do you remember that episode where he beat up Michael Cole and like tossed him around and hit him and stuff? Because Michael Cole was heel and he hated Daniel Bryan. Well, it's kind of like, that Brian and Vinny review of this episode. I don't want to see anybody get hurt or get hit and everything, but I just want to see him get slapped around a bit so that they could be taught a lesson. I just want to see him get slapped around.
Is that you with Austin Aries?
Kinda, yeah. He deserves Austin Aries. It's exactly what Jim Cornette said. He's an amazing wrestler. He's great and everything about all that, whatever. But he's just a dick, and he'd probably tell you that,
Yeah.
So,
all right. So who's next after Neville?
Kevin Owens. He was a success, of course.
Yes, he is.
Kevin Owens has never been booked terribly, I'd say, except for when he lost to Goldberg. But come on, that was going to be anybody who was in this position.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't because he was Kevin Owens. That was because he was in front of Goldberg.
Right. But yeah, he was very successful. Sasha Banks, successful.
Very successful.
4-time women's champion. She never
zero time defending it.
Yeah. Well, she defended it, but she, you know what I mean. She didn't successfully. Charlotte, I don't even think I need to fucking.
Oh, I think that. You know what? That might be the winner right there.
Yeah, but not because I don't know. I was about to say not because she's talented, but she is talented. But
just because you don't like the booking of Charlotte doesn't mean you.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, there's part of me that I don't like the whole argument. A lot of people overblow the fact that she's Rick's daughter, and that's why she gets so many opportunities. But you gotta wonder, sometimes it's pretty true. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, why else would she be shoehorned into everything? You know? So, Becky Lynch, up until August of last year, I would say probably not. But right now, yeah,
Yes.
looking very good
Oh,
for her.
yep.
Braun Strowman,
For all
yeah,
intents and purposes of what they had him, he wasn't. I don't even count him as an NXT call up. He had
yeah,
one NXT match.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. That's true. He really wasn't even a fucking, uh, NXT guy. So, but yeah, but even still talking about Braun Strowman, I'd say, nah, I wouldn't say he was very successful. It's kind of, he was successful making money and getting over by himself and being ruined, but, that's a lot of people, so.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Breeze, sadly, no.
Yeah.
Another guy that was super over in NXT, but then just they did nothing with. Sami Zayn, meh,
Yeah.
meh.
I would say yeah.
Hasn't won any titles.
You're
And
right. He hasn't won any titles.
in fact, has he ever won any fucking feuds?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think he's won any feuds, has he? Has he? I can't even recall what are his feuds that he's been in. You can count. You can come up with a couple of feuds that Kevin Owens has been in, right? Because he had that feud with Sami Zayn, obviously, Chris Jericho, Shane McMahon, AJ Styles. So Dean Ambrose, of course, he had a feud with. You can name a couple of feuds Kevin has been in. What about Sammy? Bobby Lashley, Kevin. That's kind of it.
Yep.
Oh no, he had a feud with Braun Strowman. I
No,
dug
but
that out.
he did win a feud against Kevin Owens though.
Oh, he did against Kevin. Yeah, but
Yeah,
to
on
be
the
fair,
on the main roster, but he
they
lost
feuded.
it. He lost it in NXT.
Yeah, they feuded a couple times. I remember at one point I was getting kind of bored of Sammy and Kevin matches because they just
Mm-hmm.
kept happening.
Yeah.
And they should bring back El Generico. You know. In fact, while we're in that same vein, Super Dragon,
Super Dragon.
El Generico versus Super Dragon. We're going back all the way to you know the good old indie days.
Who's after Sammy?
Eva Marie.
Yeah, nope. That's the biggest turd in there.
Poor Eva Marie. Poor
Mm.
Eva Marie. Baron Corbin.
Yes.
Really? I wouldn't say so. He won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and he won the
Not
Money in
much.
the Bank, and failed Money in the Bank, and
He hasn't won a title, has he?
he's won nothing. No, he won the U.S. title.
Did he win the U.S. title?
Yeah, remember he won that triple threat against AJ and Ty Dillinger, and he won the U.S. title.
Fuck.
Yeah, he won that, and then he lost the U.S. title to Dolph Ziggler, and that's when Dolph Ziggler vacated it. You remember that?
That was dumb as fuck.
And then the match for the vacant title was Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal. You remember that?
Yeah.
And then Bobby Roode won it, and then of course Jinder went on to win it, and then 8 days later Jeff Hardy won it from Jinder.
Yeah.
Wait, am I wrong in that? I'm wrong. Bobby Roode lost it to Randy Orton, and then Jinder won it from Randy Orton at WrestleMania in that Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah.
And then Jeff beat Jinder, and then who the hell beat Jeff Hardy? Shinsuke, that's right. In that 8-second match. That's why I forgot about it. Remember that SummerSlam match they had? That was 8 seconds or whatever? Or Extreme Rules, sorry.
Yeah, because he attacked him before the bell.
He hit him with a low blow before the bell, and then Jeff was like, start the damn match. So then they rang the bell, and then Shinsuke just hit the kid shots out of nowhere. And yeah. So yeah. After that, Enzo and Cass, I'd say as a tag team, yes.
But they didn't even win anything as a tag team.
Yeah, that's true. They were so over though.
Oh, man, they blew that one hard.
What's weird about that? Enzo and Cass were somewhat protected as a tag team, despite the fact that they never won anything.
Let's be fair. Cass was protected.
Nah,
Enzo always got his ass beat.
Enzo knocked himself out, and everybody
Yeah.
blamed Simon Gotch.
Yep.
Which was kind of dumb. Just watch the meme now is Simon Gotch buries Enzo Amore. You know?
Do you think that that kind of contributed to the burying of the Vaudevillains?
Probably. Which is a shame because I liked them. You know, I liked them as a tag team. They were cool.
Yeah.
Their gimmick and characters were actually like interesting.
I love the Vaudevillains. I will die on that hill.
But dude, Simon Grimm has some fucking man boobs. Have you seen him in like MLW? Yes. He's got some moves. I was not expecting it. I was not expecting it. He's not like a fat dude or anything. What's up with that? You know, I'm not body shaming. I'm just making an observation. I'm not saying anything that Lana wouldn't say about Alistair's tattoos. Do you remember that when Alistair bodied Lana on Twitter for body shaming him?
Yeah.
That was funny.
Okay. Who's next after
Apollo Crews? No. I love Apollo, but no.
Yeah, I mean, he still has time though. I believe that he still has more to give to WWE.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything with him. I don't think so.
I think they rushed him to the main roster. I think he could have benefited from more time in NXT.
I think there are some people that are just on the roster that they're just never going to do anything with.
Mm-hmm.
They'll tease and push a little bit, but then they'll just do nothing with him after that, you know?
Hold on, I'm muting for just a second.
All right. But they actually also, of course, but this past Raw, they pushed Apollo as if he's going to win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. So if that happens, you know what? As much shit as the Andre the Giant Battle Royal gets, every year I give it another chance. Every year I have hope in my heart that they're actually going to treat the Andre the Giant Battle Royal as something serious.
You know they're not gonna, though.
Now, I don't know if they are going to or not, but...
As I say, what are you even getting your hopes up for?
I don't know, though, because I still think that if they do
it... real to me, damn it!
If they actually utilize it right, it can be something big, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. They don't ever treat it like it's anything, though. They just kind of... Everybody refers to it as the Jobber Battle Royal, you know?
Yep.
And you can still have jobbers in it. The Royal Rumble has jobbers in it. Nobody refers to the Royal Rumble as the Jobber Battle Royal. You know what I mean?
I think it's because, I mean, like, maybe they should, like, do that Battle Royal, and, like, maybe the winner gets, like,
something.
Like either an Intercontinental or United States title shot or something like that. Because, like, you can, like, obviously they're not going to make it the same kind of level as the Royal Rumble, but, like give them something, you know?
You know what I thought? So Rey Mysterio's ankle injury is actually legit. Remember how we got that ankle injury against Baron Corbin? I actually still don't know how that happened, by the way. But anyways, Rey Mysterio went out on Twitter or Instagram and said, "I'm praying that my ankle is okay for WrestleMania." So he's actually hurt. So here's the fucking thing. How about if Rey can't go at WrestleMania, you add the stipulation to the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Whoever wins gets the U.S. title match against Joe later that night.
Yeah, there you go.
Then you can actually have the dude who wins. Maybe, I don't know. It'd be last minute, but, you know, maybe it'll mean something.
Kurt Hawkins. Oh, wait.
Yeah, well, you know, Kurt Hawkins ain't going to be in that. He's facing the Revival, remember?
Yeah,
and
right.
By the way, remember that huge discussion we had forever about Ryder and Hawkins?
Yeah.
Well, here they are now. Anybody listen to this? Hawkins and Ryder are in the WrestleMania Raw Tag Team title match against Revival. So they just put them in it. So, man, what do you think about that, Eric?
I think it's bullshit.
You think it's bullshit?
Yeah.
I just hope. I just think that if they were gonna, I don't know.
You know, like, obviously I know one of them is hurt, but, like, the Authors of Pain, I'd like to see some more Drake Maverick.
As a wrestler?
Well, just in general. I think he's entertaining.
You know what? I said this before when Drake Maverick was the manager of AOP when he first was brought up as the manager, right? I said that despite how unnecessary it was to take Paul Ellering away from them, because apparently he still was totally capable and okay with traveling and doing all that stuff and being the manager, he had no problem with it. I was still willing to give Drake Maverick a chance as the manager of AOP because he's got a good look as a manager. He's pretty damn good on the mic. He's charismatic. He's got it, you know. He's a good man. He's a good heel manager, but they just, first of all, they didn't help his case any by dressing him up in the AOP garb, you know. They didn't help his case by that. He should have just wore his normal, like, 205 Live, his suits, you know what I mean?
And then they didn't help him by making him pee himself.
And then they ruined it by making him pee himself and turn it into a dumb fucking comedy act. Fuck! Why would you ruin AOP like that? Damn, that pisses me off. So yeah, I don't know when they're gonna come back. I don't know when Razar is gonna come back. And then they call them AOPP, and then they shorten their names. They don't even call them Authors of Pain. They just call them AOP. You know. And by the way,
who's after? Oh, okay.
By the way, though, just one more quick thing. Do you think that shortening names delegitimizes the wrestler a little bit? Because in my opinion, it does.
Yep. I don't like it.
It's dumb. Why would you delegitimize them? Even if it's one thing if they start out with one name, that's whatever, you know? Like Carmella and Bailey and fucking who else was a one-namer? Christian, that was a good example. Edge was a one-namer. That wasn't an actual name. That was, you know. But you get what I'm saying. But Kalisto was a one-namer. Connor, Victor of the Ascension. Paige, Emma. Yeah, it goes on. The list goes on. But why would you, if their name is if they have two names, I just don't know what purpose it serves, you know? So, who's up after the Apollo Crews? The Vaudevillains, Aiden English and Simon Gotch. Simon Gotch, no, because he got canned for Enzo injuring himself.
Yeah.
Aiden English, meh, not really. He got over with Rusev, but now he's doing nothing. He's commentating on 205 Live, but I don't know if I would call that successful. After that, though, Dana Brooke, she's a jobber. And you like Dana, don't you?
I do.
You like Dana?
Yes.
Really? What is it? What is it about her?
I don't know. I mean, I really can't explain it. I just can't. I mean, I think she's like she's super athletic.
Just say it.
She got the big old boobies.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say that. I was just gonna say it because she's hot. Just because you think she's hot, is that why?
I think she's attractive, yeah.
But that's why, right?
I mean, that's why you like Ruby Riott, right?
No, I like Ruby because I actually like her as a wrestler, and she's actually good. You know what I mean?
Yes, but it doesn't hurt the fact that you find her attractive.
Oh, sure. Well, it never hurts, but I'm just saying that's really not, you know, that's not the reason I.
Let's be honest. I find Eva Marie attractive, but I didn't like her.
Yeah, that's because she was a shit wrestler. It really comes down to wrestling with me, you know? Obviously, you kind of have to have a look, but everybody in WWE kind of has a look. You know what I mean? Yeah. Is there one person in WWE who doesn't really have a look to them?
What do you mean by a look?
Well, you know, sometimes I would... well, I guess I can't say that. I was going to say you can't be like an ugly-ass dude, but I guess Braun Strowman's pretty ugly.
Otis.
Otis, yeah, that's true. But you gotta have a look, like you gotta have something to you. You gotta have an attribute about you, a characteristic that people can point out and look to and remember. You know what I mean? Otis, He has that.
Otherwise, you end up like Tyler Rex.
Tyler Rex. Oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, you gotta have a look to you. You gotta have something about you. You know, like a lot of guys in NXT have a look to them, right?
Or Mark Jindrak.
Yeah, well, you know, is there anybody currently that is just kind of bland, doesn't really look any, if you were to look at a wrestler, you know, like for the first time ever, that's a huge deal because that's your first impression of them. Just looking
Yeah.
at them is your first impression, right?
You know who kind of looks a little bit bland to me?
Um, Let me think. I'm trying to think of anybody. Go on though.
EC3.
EC3. Well, yeah. I mean, my impression on him is different because I actually know that he's good, capable of being good. But I mean, you really don't because first of all, you didn't really know him from Impact or anything, and second of all, you don't watch NXT a whole lot. And even then, in NXT, he got called up very quickly after coming to NXT.
Yeah, he did.
Very quickly. I don't know what the fucking point was if they were just going to ruin him, but
yeah, they really did destroy him.
Poor EC3. Poor EC3. He's just jacked. That's a look to him, I guess.
Yeah.
Who else though? I can't. I guess if Dean Ambrose wasn't in the Shield and wasn't so like, he kind of looked a little bland when he wore that wife beater all the time.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I still liked him though. Even though for the longest time I didn't really get the hype for Dean Ambrose. I didn't dislike him or anything. I was just kind of indifferent about him. But yeah, so you gotta have like a look. You know what I mean? You gotta have like who's a wrestler? Who's another wrestler that looks bland to you? Just like the blandest fucking like the most vanilla.
Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, he's just kind of a tall black dude. He's not really. He's not really. At least Titus is entertaining in some facets, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There are some wrestlers, though. Obviously, I'll get back to the NXT stuff, but there are some wrestlers who like get a lot of shit that like really don't deserve it, in my opinion. When people call them like terrible wrestlers or anything, like I've heard somebody say that Titus O'Neil was a bad wrestler. I was like, well, I don't think he's bad.
No, he's just generic.
I don't really think anything bad about Titus. I don't think he's a bad wrestler. Because I've seen, or like Dana Brooke. I was like, well, they called Dana up too quickly, but I wouldn't say she's bad or anything. I haven't seen, let me put it this way. I haven't seen.
Remember when Dana was Charlotte?
Yeah, exactly. I don't remember Dana Brooke botching anything horribly or blowing matches at all. Did she? I guess I could be wrong.
No.
I don't remember anything like that. And there was a small portion of fans that were really over or behind Dana when she like broke up with Charlotte,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think just checking in. Just wanted to let you know I'm probably gonna get going in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got to get up early tomorrow. So.
Okay. Well, we can. It's been like about an hour. We can. Wait, you gotta go to work tomorrow?
No, I don't. But me and Emily are heading out to Disney early tomorrow. So.
Oh, okay. You go to Disney every weekend, don't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
See the perks of living in Orlando.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can finish up these.
That list.
Yeah.
We don't have to go in depth on everybody. Just kind of.
Right. Mojo Rawley.
No.
He won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, though.
No.
Nia Jax.
Yes.
Unfortunately. She was Well, what are we saying no and yes to? Just whether they were successful?
Yeah, whether they were in your eyes, were they successful on the main roster?
Okay. Yes. Coming up from NXT, taking everything into account.
Yeah.
Finn Balor, sure, I guess.
Yeah.
Not utilized to his full potential, but sure.
Mm-hmm.
Alexa Bliss, very.
Oh yeah, she's one of those that like was nothing in NXT and then exploded on main roster.
Well, no, she was nothing in NXT and then she turned heel in NXT and then she got called and then her fucking tag team Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy broke or whatever. She left without him,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Carmella, kind of an afterthought.
Yeah, but I mean, compared to what she was in NXT, she wasn't really a competitor that much in NXT.
She was Enzo and Cass's chick.
Arm candy. So
yeah, and then they got called up without her. Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, not really.
No, honestly, I think they broke them up way too soon.
Yeah, they won the tag team titles.
Yeah.
In fact, Chad Gable won the Raw and SmackDown tag team. Are they the first to No, New Day, but are they the?
Well, he didn't win the Raw Tag Team titles with Jason Jordan. He won it with Bobby Roode.
I know, but still, didn't he like? Isn't he? I'm trying to think who. Because before they made two separate titles for Raw and SmackDown, like New Day
Mhm.
never won the Raw tag team titles. They just won the tag titles.
Yeah.
I think Chad Gable's the only guy who has won both tag team Raw and SmackDown tag team
The
titles.
bar. The bar.
Yeah, you're true. You're right. The Bar. Yeah. Or no, you know who I'm thinking of a different stat. I'm thinking of the only guy to win the NXT tag titles and both Raw and SmackDown tag team
Okay.
titles. I think he's the only guy who's done that.
Hmm.
So I guess in that right, Chad Gable's so good. I hope they really utilize him well. He's so damn
Yeah.
good. Bailey, nah,
Yes.
not really. No, I don't think
I
so. I
you
think
don't
they
think so?
I think they butchered her call up horribly.
Well, obviously her call up wasn't good, but I mean, for all intents and purposes, I think they're doing okay with her now.
Well, yeah, she's women's tag champion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rich Swan,
Well, let's not talk about him.
nah. Any 205 guy, the 205 Live guy didn't really do
Yeah.
much. Austin Aries, no.
Nope.
But fuck him. Samoa Joe, no.
No, not yet.
The Revival, hell no.
Not to their potential. No.
Uh, the Revival, or wait, I already said that, didn't I? Ty Dillinger,
No. Hell no.
nah, poor Ty Dillinger. At least he gets to fuck Peyton Royce. He's a perfect 10. Shinsuke, obviously not.
Nope.
Bobby Roode, no. That's
Nope.
where this list cuts off, but I know there's more call ups.
Yeah.
How do I find out?
Well, let's just like think of who we can think of in our head. Nikki Cross, no.
Here, I'll just look up 2018 call ups now. No Way Jose was an 2018
Nope.
call up.
Nope.
No. Sanity, no.
Nope.
Nah. Ember Moon, yet to be seen.
Yeah, yeah. She's injured, unfortunately. So
They didn't really butcher her call up or like botch her or anything, but like she just kind of was there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So she's yet to be the iconic duo. They're just kind of there.
Yeah.
I think they got called up too quickly too. I like the iconic duo though. Andrade kind of just he
No,
yet to
I'm
be
gonna say no.
yet to be seen. I wouldn't even say no yet. I wouldn't say yes or no. I'd say
To
he
be
hasn't,
determined.
he hasn't been there that long. Authors of Pain, they won the tag titles, but they were again
No.
they ruined them. They ruined Authors of Pain.
Hmm.
Leo Rush, I would say probably yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
For for a dude his size and like what
He's
they think about,
consistently getting screen time.
yeah, on the main roster. Like he was on 205 Live, of course, before he went to the main roster, but then he just kind of showed up as Bobby Lashley's guy,
Yeah.
and in fact he got over a little bit, and he was very good at getting heat, which I love Leo Rush. God bless him. He's so funny, and he's a great wrestler too. Except except for when you should look at that rant that Jim Cornette did when he no-sold a power bomb off a ladder in CZW. He no-sold a power bomb off of a ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. That was retarded. Buddy Murphy, sure, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was an afterthought in NXT, and he got called. He might be one of the few examples who was doing nothing in NXT and got more good as he was not a main roster guy, but still he's an NXT call up, and Buddy Murphy's really good. Drew McIntyre, he's been one of the few most protected guys.
Yep.
Those are all in 2018. 2019, we can just go through those in our head. Heavy Machinery, yet to be seen, yet to be determined. Lacey Evans, already ruined, in my opinion.
Yeah.
EC3, horribly ruined. Nikki Cross, afterthought. And I think that's it for the call-ups, right?
Yeah. Lars Sullivan.
Lars Sullivan, yeah, that's yet to be seen too. That's true.
And then after tonight, Undisputed Era. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe you never know who's, and maybe Ricochet and Alistair.
I say that they've been doing really well, Ricochet and Alistair.
And it looks like obviously Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa were supposed to stay up, but since Ciampa got injured, now Johnny and Ciampa will not be on the main roster. So it looks like Gargano's going to carry NXT as champion, as the big guy, building that brand around him. And honestly, I think it's kind of good that he won the NXT title because it kind of wouldn't have been a big missed opportunity if he didn't. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's all for the NXT call-ups. I like how we kind of stayed a little bit with NXT, since it's right after TakeOver. So, that's it for that. You got anything else to add about NXT and?
No, I don't think I do. I mean, it was a good show. Do you want to? And we can talk about our rant, or your. You can rant about Shayna Baszler because I know how much.
Oh no, I won't. I won't rant about it. I'm not really mad about the finish, but I just think the finishes of her matches are boring. That's all. I don't have a problem. I don't really have a huge problem with her winning. It's just I have a problem with submission finishes in general. That's one of my not a pet peeve. It's just I don't know, when you just sink in or cinch in. Sorry, a submission finish is just kind of anticlimactic after a long, great, grueling match. Mm-hmm. I want there to be setups if you're going to do a submission. I don't know. I'm not a fan of sleeper submissions anyways. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of the person just getting choked out and then they just fade away.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but I mean, I also think that you were really also hoping that either Kyrie or Io was going to win.
Well, I wasn't hoping anything. I just thought Io would win. I'm just tired of the stupid same finishes. Every Shayna match has ended exactly the same. I know it's her finisher, but geez, that's why I'm glad that Samoa Joe got an actual a move finisher, not a submission. He uses the Uranage now as a finisher. He still uses both, but
I mean, he could go back to using the Muscle Buster. So
I don't know if he's going to do that. He might.
I mean, you hope he doesn't.
He might.
He might do it. He might do it at WrestleMania.
I mean, they thought that's true. Well, I don't know if they do it with Ray, because hasn't he had neck injuries in the past?
Well, if it's not Ray,
I don't know. I guess I could be wrong because Seth Rollins, they banned the Buckle Bomb after Sting had to retire due to it, but then they brought it back.
Yeah.
So Seth Rollins still uses the Buckle Bomb, and
remember they banned the curb stomp for a while too.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't banned because it injured anybody, but just because Vince was Seth Rollins told that story once. He was saying something like Vince was afraid for well, what if I'm just imagining Shane and Stephanie as kids doing wrestling moves and they hit that and somebody gets terribly hurt. It's well, what about every other move? Punches and kicking. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I thought it was banned because of concussions and stuff.
No. That's actually a very easy and simple move. That's kind
of. And then I thought I had heard that it was banned because of racial connotations.
Get the hell out of here! Not you, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Everything's why? Because of American History X or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, if there are people that think that, that's one thing, but I don't buy that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, I think this is where we're gonna cut it.
All right. I had a fun show, just chilling. Didn't review NXT TakeOver at all. We talked about NXT and stuff. It's but what is this? 78 minutes in. Damn.
That's not that bad.
Yeah. This is longer than my review of Raw and SmackDown from last week.
Oh wow.
It was 1 hour and 14 minutes.
Wow, fuck.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys next week after WrestleMania.
Are you even going to be there? Because we got to review WrestleMania and Raw and SmackDown.
See, this is the thing. I'm thinking, what if we split it up and we do just WrestleMania on Wednesday, and then we do Raw and SmackDown on Saturday.
Yeah, we could. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out.
Because
Also,
I'm telling you, I'm not going to do all three at the same time.
I could.
I know you could.
Well, you know what? No, we could. You know why I say we could? Plausibly, because okay, so WrestleMania is like 7 hours, right?
Uh-huh.
The pre-show is 2 hours, and the main show is 5 hours, so that's like 7 hours.
Uh-huh.
Well, the Royal Rumble is also 7 hours, like exactly.
Mm.
It's just like WrestleMania. So
Okay.
I did the Royal Rumble and Raw and SmackDown by myself in like 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I know you'll sit through like 2 hours and 30 minutes. We could do it plausibly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's go for it then.
yeah. Fuck it, we can do it. Yeah,
All
we're
right.
in. Especially since I don't go in depth on every match like I used to. That's probably why the shows were so long, because I would try to talk about the matches in depth and all the spots and moves and stuff, but I don't really do that anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Well,
we'll see you guys next week after WrestleMania, after Brock Lesnar is still the Universal Champion.
and after every bad finish in the world happens, you know, Kofi loses, Ronda or Charlotte win. Yeah.
And
Right.
Colin Jost wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle.
It would just be like when David Arquette won the WCW title. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All
Well,
right. See you, people.
see you.